The courage to walk away from tables where love is no longer served. The moment when you realize the room has changed, the laughter that once filled it has thinned into politeness. The warmth that once wrapped around you has cooled into distance. Conversations feel rehearsed. Smiles feel borrowed. You sit there, telling yourself it's just a phase, that if you're patient enough, kind enough, small enough, things will return to how they used to be. So, you stay. You stay when the silence stretches longer than it should. You stay when your words go unanswered. You stay when affection becomes conditional, measured, rationed. You convince yourself that love sometimes looks like this: distant, distracted, detached. But here is the hard truth. When love is no longer being served at the table, respect isn't either. You begin to shrink. You laugh softer. You ask for less. You need less. You become grateful for crumbs. A rare compliment, a brief touch, a moment of attention, as if they are feasts. And every time you accept less than you deserve, something inside you pays the price. There is a quiet erosion that happens when you remain where you are merely tolerated. You trade clarity for hope. You trade dignity for the possibility that tomorrow will be different. You trade your self-worth for the comfort of not being alone. But staying in a room where the air has turned cold does not make it warmer. It only teaches you how to survive in emotional winter. Courage does not always look like confrontation. Sometimes, courage looks like pushing back your chair. It looks like standing up without drama, without begging, without one last speech hoping they will finally understand. It is the steady decision to choose your peace over their potential. Walking away is not bitterness. It is not pride. It is not giving up. It is recognizing that love should not feel like auditioning for a role you already earned. It is understanding that affection should not be something you have to negotiate for. It is realizing that your soul is too expensive to barter for temporary validation. Yes, solitude can be quiet. Yes, it can feel unfamiliar. Yes, it can even feel lonely at first. But there is a profound dignity in sitting at your own table, in a room filled with self-respect, rather than occupying a seat where your presence is barely acknowledged. Stop mistaking familiarity for fulfillment. Stop mistaking crumbs for nourishment. Stop mistaking tolerance for love. Not every table is meant for you forever. And when love is no longer being served, staying does not prove loyalty, it proves fear. The bravest thing you can do is rise, gather your worth, and walk toward spaces where warmth is not conditional. Choose the clarity of your own solitude over the confusion of neglected affection. Because the moment you stop settling for being tolerated is the moment you make room for love that does not require you to disappear.